Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Reskill Learning Day 6.0 Reloaded.
I'm very excited because I met so many participants and I'm able to share with them. Learning takes a good place after you experience yourself.
As a trainer, when I was giving exposure to my audience, I feel very happy, especially when delivering all my knowledge and experiences to them.
I personally feel that the session was really amazing because it was very uplifting and very informative. I've shared a lot of tips, ways and steps in order to move forward in your life.
If you have attended this event, let me just share with you how incredibly grateful I am to be given the opportunity to share about how to get ready to MC and also to watch wonderful presentations by my fellow trainers.
Learning is never ending. It's a lifetime process.
Reskill platform is a great platform
where you can find so many topics and different trainers.
You can access it anywhere, anytime.
So why not learn something new on Reskill's platform today?
So do not miss to join Reskills.
So what are you waiting for?
Do not miss out and be here.
Stay tuned to Reskills and thank you.
See you there.
And I see you there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for another one more round of Reskill Learning Day. A lot of learning, sharing from our experts. You're going to enjoy the learning through Reskill.
What's up everyone, I'm Ari. It was an awesome experience having my first appearance in the Learning Day. The participants were so warm and encouraging. And I also learned a lot from the other speakers.
I'm Alex Gyo. All the trainers were all out to deliver their best with one common goal, which is making learning fun. I'm delivering more topics on retirement plannings, asset allocations. I believe this topic will definitely bring some ideas for the audience or learners out there.
I'm Farha. It was very exciting to share my knowledge, skills and experience to a wider audience because educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. You can have access to trainers who are experts in the subject matter.
I'm Surintini Supriya. I was extremely excited the learners were able to learn about structural stage-by-stage approach in closing a deal successfully. Join me to share all these informations to the public and to all the learners.
Feel free to join us at Reskill.
Follow this Reskills platform and
I'll see you there.
see you all soon.
Thank you.
I will see you there.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, B.
Hi, May. Nice to meet you again in this opportunity. How are you?
Yes, and this is our second time YouTube show, right?
Yes, we're doing the second time YouTube live show, Reskills YouTube live show.
All right, so let's welcome our new guest. Our guest for today from Indonesia, Vietnam, Philippines, and Malaysia.
Oh, wow,
Right?
that's wonderful speakers. So I hope that they will share wonderful experience, learning experience with the audience.
Yes, and our topic today is about the digital era.
That would be the best alternative of learning, especially during the pandemic situations. Is that right?
Right. So let's welcome them one by one. Let's now welcome Mr. Bayu Lesmana from Indonesia.
Hi, hello everyone. Hello, Barley.
Hello.
Hello,
Good
Hi,
May.
evening.
welcome.
Selamat datang. Apa kabar?
Baik-baik saja, semua baik-baik di sini. Agak sedikit mendung, tapi so far so good ya. It's Saturday night, and I hope everybody keeping
Yeah.
well. So thank you.
You know
And
what?
yes, yes, Barlian.
You know what? I'm speaking from Bali, Indonesia, and Coach May, the host May, is speaking from Jakarta. Is that
Jakarta.
Jakarta?
Oh
Yes.
yes, good. Because I'm from Jakarta Coret or Bekasi ya. Okay.
Oh, we're both the same place.
And Bali is good also. Yeah. Okay. Let's welcome anyone else.
And yes, the second guest speakers, we're going to welcome Coach Jenica from Malaysia.
Woo!
Selamat petang. Hi everyone.
Selamat
Good evening.
datang. Good evening. Apa kabar?
Kabar baik. So how is Indonesia?
Oh, great.
Indonesia.
Great to see everyone here today. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
So let's also welcome right now Mr. Alvin Samson from the Philippines.
Please welcome.
Mr. Alvin, while
Come
waiting
enjoy
for
the-
him.
We need to have drum roll, otherwise it won't come out.
Usually we wait for the best from last. Yeah.
Okay, let's wait for him. While waiting for him, let's go on with Mr. Joseph from Vietnam.
Hello, everyone. Xin chào. Greetings from
Bang-
Vietnam. It's my great pleasure
Yes,
to join you
Bangkok
guys
Khỏe
tonight.
không?
Tôi khỏe, cảm ơn May. Okay.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
I can
So-
understand your Vietnamese. Don't worry.
Thank you. So how's Vietnam? The weather
I
there?
think, yeah, quite good at the moment.
Quite
I don't
good.
know in the
Oh.
next. I don't know in the next 10 minutes. You know, if you happen to go to Ho Chi Minh City, you will know. Now it's sunny, and 10 minutes later it's pouring.
Oh, okay.
I think we
So
have
it's
the
just
same
the
problem
same in
in Malaysia.
Indonesia. I think it's the whole Asia.
What is it?
Yeah.
Good to
So
know. Yeah, good to know. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's unbelievable. Like we use that technology, we use the digital things that we can get connected in this media. So that is something wonderful, right? Yes.
yes.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's welcome again Coach Alvin Samson from the Philippines. Are you there?
We have to tap louder.
Hello.
Drum roll.
Hi, Alvin. Where are you?
Hello, there you are. Mabuhay. So I
Okay.
think he's having
A
a
little
problem
bit
with his
gloomy.
audio.
I think Coach Alvin is giving us some suspense to see his
Yes.
handsome face.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a good time to get to know each other better, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think last time it was not possible for us to do this way, but right now with digital era, we can fly in from every country with just seconds.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I
probably
think
we can-
he will be our
can have,
mystery
like-
guest.
Yeah, it will be the mystery.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. No worry. Yeah.
Put it in
Yeah.
the mystery box.
Yeah. While waiting for Coach Alvin, we want to know more about you. Can you tell me a little bit about you and what you are specialized in? Probably we can start from Coach Bayu, Indonesia.
Okay then, B. Okay, but so my name is Bayu Pradia. I'm a corporate trainer. I usually go from corporate to corporate, giving trainings in sales, soft skills, leadership, and management. I also do online learning and creating a learning management system and learning experience design. All my life, I love learning, so I want to share the enthusiasm of why we have to learn and why we should never stop to learn. I think that's all for me. And probably another coach have another great
Thank
story
you.
to share.
Hello. Yes, let's ask Miss Jenny. How about you?
Thank you, Coach May. Okay, well, my name is Jenny Cha from Malaysia. Professionally, I'm a certified image consultant. And what I teach in Reskill will be image consultant, definitely more about beauty, about how you can create first impression that is a lasting impression, and also communication and customer service. So those are some of the subject that I that I hold dearly to. Yeah.
I think I need to learn from you.
Me too.
Sharing.
Yeah. I've got to contact Jenny to teach me about professional,
Yes,
image.
I need that.
Yep.
Okay, what about Coach Joseph? What about you?
Yeah, you can call me a lifelong learner. Right. The good news is I have just earned my doctoral diploma this month. Yeah, and
Wow,
professionally.
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I think
I
that's
love
everyone's
learning.
dream, right?
Yeah. Remember,
Okay,
from
thank
great
you.
power come great responsibility.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah, let me
question
just share a little bit more
Okay.
about my professional background. Yes, I've been training and coaching for over 10 years in sales management and digital marketing. And I've been also an e-learning practitioner. I am running my own e-learning platform, josephwin.academy. If you go to Google and you search
Wow.
josephwin.academy, you will see my platform. So the reasons why I joined Reskill because I really love Reskill philosophy, make learning affordable and accessible to everybody. I truly love it.
Which
Thank you
is
very much.
very true.
Yes, very true,
Yeah.
very true.
Oh, guys, guess what? Our mystery guest is back. Coach Alvin?
Come
Come
on
on.
to open up the mystery
Well,
box.
unbox.
Yes,
Yeah,
Unbox
there he is.
Hi, Alvin.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello.
Finally.
We've been
Mabuhay.
having Joseph too long.
Hi from the Philippines.
Elvin, since
Finally.
you're mystery, you need to sing.
Looks like everyone's having fun, huh?
Yeah.
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 You've missed a lot. Yes, please, Coach Alvin. I think it's your turn because they've already told about themselves. Kind of please also tell about yourself and why you wanted to join Reskills.
Oh, I joined Reskills because I see it as a very innovative platform. There are many platforms for online learning, but there's something about Reskills. It's spirit, it's energy, it's passion. Just the colors. I love the colors. And tell me if other platforms will give a shirt like this or a cap like this. Just with that, I'm sold.
You know what, Alvin? I'm so jealous.
But
I'm so jealous
on a
with you.
serious note,
You know, Alvin, the color that you mentioned, in the term of image image or yeah, it represents royalty. So
Oh, yeah.
very
That's
very
right.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm quite jealous with you guys because in Vietnam we haven't received reskill kit. Yeah, not yet.
Okay. We have a
I
privilege
don't
when
have
we
a
are
hat
in
to wear
Malaysia.
or a t-shirt. Yes, or something.
All right then. Hopefully you got
Alvin
it
seems to be
soon. Yeah.
disconnected again.
Yeah. Alvin is
Hello.
back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He's back.
Okay,
He's back.
anyway.
Yep.
So, B, are you still there?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so may I just ask anyone about what's your perspective of the Reskills online learning platform as a training coach? Anybody?
Maybe I'll start
Maybe.
first.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in a
Yes.
sense,
Yeah, ladies
when it
first.
comes to
Ladies
yeah,
first.
thank you. All right, so when it comes to learning online and everything, I think Reskill are the one of very few that you started really give people the assurance. It makes it easier, especially during this time. Is actually right now everything is connected through digital. So when you do this learning platform, you can reach out to more learners, which I think that is actually a very good point for Reskill. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice to know. How and anybody can say anything else?
Well,
Please
Sure,
just
I'll build
join.
up on
please,
I'll build
Alvin.
up on what Coach Jenny said about accessibility. The word that comes to my head is democracy. You see, the Philippines is the first democracy in Asia, and that access democratizes learning and development. When my sister joined a session, my session, of course, she has no choice but to join my session. She brought with her, she brought with her entire team, and
Wow.
what she told me after that was the content is premium. The content is premium, and people from all walks of life are able to access it. Whether you're from
Yes.
the city or from the province or from the mountains or from
True.
somewhere in the seas, and whether young or old or in public or in private, and that makes it challenging for trainers like us because we're not dealing with a homologous crowd. We're not dealing with the same set of people with the same credentials. So how to communicate that? That's exciting because it stretches out beyond our comfort zone.
Ooh, nicely done.
Yeah.
Wow.
I truly love the work that Alvin gives, democratization of education. Yeah, learning for everyone. And as a trainer, you know what? Every year in Vietnam, I train maybe more than 10,000 learners nationwide.
Wow.
Yeah, many organizations in Vietnam. Yes, but it is always my dream and my goal to go international and to get access to learners in the region and also global markets. And Reskill has given me the chance to do it. And you know, I have delivered 3 sessions in Reskill platform, and it was truly inspirational for me. 500, 600 learners joined at the same time, and I tried to maintain the energy and the morale of all the learners, and I did get positive feedback from them. I truly love it, So I believe that trainers like me would take the advantage of this opportunity to go to Reskill and expand our personal brand and get access to more learners.
True.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I would agree that by using that technology and digital, we can give more opportunities for the learners. Yeah. In Indonesia, we call it like Merdeka Belajar. Is that right, Coach Bayu?
Yeah, certainly. So, yeah, in terms of that, I think Reskills have a few points to share because we're actually now benchmarking against not just our country, but in the whole area of Southeast Asia and abroad. Yeah. So, in terms of knowledge, it turns out to be that as a trainers, we see different perspective. Yeah. Although it's probably the same topics, but we have a great locals wisdom. Yeah, we have a great local taste that we can actually see from Vietnam, from Malaysia, from Philippines. Yeah, it turns out to be that for me as a trainer, I learn more than what I give. Actually, yeah.
True.
It's true.
Yeah,
I
I
think what you have
totally
to imagine
agree.
that Reskills usually have like on live sessions, 2 on live sessions a day. Yeah.
Yes,
And if
correct.
you follow that on live sessions, you get like micro credits, right? And then you have a 1 credit for 1 on live sessions. And then you have 52 weeks, for example. Yeah. And then you go in every week, you join 1 classes, a micro classes on live learning on risk skills. It means you have in 1 year, you have a 52 credentials, right? And if you join 104, then probably you will have like 104, right? So in terms of that, me as a trainer see it as an opportunity to gain more knowledge. That's what I need, right? And then in
Everybody.
the exposures, the wide area of knowledge. I think that makes us to see that we are actually part of the of a global trainers. Yeah, we are part of this learning army. Yeah, if I may say, right, Jan? Right. So in terms of sharing, I think it's we have that enthusiasm to like okay, wow, we're not alone. Yeah, we can actually change things. Things like that, right, Joseph? I think you
Yeah,
sense
and
that,
then we
right?
can do
In
it
the skills,
together, right?
yeah, yeah,
Let's do it
certainly.
together.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is very true. I think when we first conducted our class, the first 3 session or the first very 2 session, at that point of time it's only like 100. They were limitation, right? But when they
Yeah.
open up Philippines, they open up Indonesia, welcome Vietnam,
Mhm.
and when you have class like Dr. Joseph said that you have like 6 or 100 or more into your class, you'll be like so excited. As a trainer, you'll be very excited because you are training, you are coaching cross border, and you don't even have to fly to the country.
Yeah.
So engagement and you can see the enthusiasm that all the learners they have, where how hungry they are in learning, and that makes
Yes, yeah.
a trainer very excited to deliver more message to them. I think that's from my perspective. We are
Yeah,
more
yeah.
excited to deliver more for them because they are so eager to learn. Yeah.
Absolutely
And we
agree
also
with you,
see
Jenny.
different cultures, right? We also see different cultures, different input
Yeah.
from the learner itself, and we learn more actually as a trainer. Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, so what do you think? You've been training. Most everyone have been doing the session in risk skills. Have you ever encountered any problems as a trainee or coach in that online platform while doing it?
I think maybe I can share first. I think
Yes,
among all
yes,
of you
yes.
here, I will be the most senior senior when it comes to teaching, right? In the team, in terms of reskill, not in terms
Yes,
of
yes.
years.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think the
Let's not talk
challenges
about
was
the years.
it's okay. We're still very young.
Yeah,
Yes, we are
Yeah, you
all
look very
young.
young, Jenny. Yeah,
in
Yes.
our
no doubt.
perspective.
Yes,
Yeah, totally. But I think ultimately here, I think the challenges learning online is that engaging is sometimes a lot of learners. I mean, I think we are so used to training face to face. We are so used to looking at eye to eye contact when we are training someone, right? So when it
Right.
actually comes to online, the only challenges that we face is actually when we ask question, instead of like can you show ask them to turn on the video. I think that best part is only type 1, type 5, give me a high five, those kind of
Yeah.
thing. That is our new
True.
phrase of interaction nowadays. I think that is actually make it, but to me that challenge has become fun because when you actually get response from them, you keep you excited. And then previously when we were training face to face, the excitement is when the participant is actually giving you shout out of the answer and everything. But right now you can't read. You have to catch up your time reading all the chats. You see, so those are the
Yeah,
Type
challenges that
five
we
if you can
face.
hear us.
Yeah, not only that, you have to read all their questions. I think you
Eh,
have to be a
all
fast
from
fast
Malaysia, type
reader.
6.
Yeah, so those are the challenges, but again, it's a good challenge because it trains us to become a fast reader as well.
Yes, you have to focus too. One on the chat and then while training.
Yeah, yeah, yes, totally, yeah, totally.
Anybody else can share?
sure.
Coach Joseph? Yes,
Sure.
please.
Right. And you know what? We've been in the middle of the fourth wave of COVID pandemic in Vietnam
Yes.
for the last 5 or 6 months, right? And for the last 5 months, I conduct online training almost 20 hours a week. Yes, and you know what? Yeah. And recently, I conduct the master virtual trainers for big corporation in Vietnam, and in this program, I gave them the online training model. I call it the 6I. The first I stands for inform, then instruct, then inspire, then interact, then improvise, and the last one, innovate. Right? The 6 I's here are very crucial for effective online training. And to my perspectives and to my experience, how to interact with the audience, with the learners, is the most challenging part. You know, sometimes when you talk to them, yeah, they just don't want to turn on the camera, and when you ask them something, they just mute it, and they give you no responses, just like you are talking to yourself. You know, yeah, that's really frustrating. So how to give them the right mindset and the right motivation, and to give them the reason for learning, to show them why should they care about our topic and our content is very important to maintain their morale and strong motivation for learning. And the second challenge, I think we can see it very obviously from Alvin case, technical breakdown, right? Disconnection, right? So we got to improvise. Improvisation is very important for online trainers. Yes. And sometimes, you know what?
Yes.
You cannot share your slide. You cannot share the screen. So we always have the backup plan B. You must have the second device like your tablet or your smartphone always beside you. The second thing that use a flip chart for training. I always use flip chart for training because it gives me a more freestyle of delivering my topic, not just focusing or depending too much on the slide. Okay, that's what I can share. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much, Coach Joseph. And what about Coach Alvin? Have you ever had any challenges while having online sessions?
Well, Joseph mentioned about the disconnectivity. I think the dis has to be a part of that. It's not the connectivity, but the disconnectivity. Although I'm not focusing too much on the infrastructure. The infrastructure is a given. Uh, I live in an archipelagic country, and by default, it's unrealistic to expect uh, internet connectivity that is at par with, let's say, mainland setting. So, but the disconnectivity of hearts and minds, we don't really know how deep or how ready or how open people are to engage in the learning. Some people may just be there for tips, and I say that, pardon me, but I say that tips may not be the highest form of learning, because if I give 10 tips or 10 recommendations in a 75-minute session, I don't really know how many of those 10 tips would be applicable for a particular person. And you wouldn't really know if they will apply it. Sometimes I wonder whether the micro certificate is the end of their participation. Not only in Reskills, but if you advertise something, even if it is for free, people will ask, "Do I have any certificate?" So you ask, "Are they there? Are they participating because of the certificate or because of the learning?" So that's the kind of disconnectivity that I'm concerned about. Whether people are ready to learn, to change, to apply what they're learning, and live better lives.
If I may ask, if I may add in, Coach Alvin, I think that's the part where, as a coach or trainer, at the end of every session that I conduct, I always do this question. Tell me one thing that you have take back to you with you today that you can practice. So when actually they give you this type of feedback, even though I know some of them may be camera shy, but in the sense that if they type up or type out the response like one takeaway that they had, I think that actually give me assurance that okay, you have understand the content and you actually we deliver the content well that you can understand and you can practice it. I think ultimatum is that when one of the learners actually posts in the Facebook like what they have actually learned and screenshot what I have taught, and acknowledge Reskill platform for giving him this opportunity. I think that is one of the best achievement for a trainer. I don't know about the rest of them, but for me personally, that is a very great achievement as a learner, and for the learner and for the trainer as well. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because I saw something like our learner, they just screenshot the media, the learning while they learn at skills, and then say something about the captions and blah blah. So that would be like yeah, wonderful experience. Yeah. Yes, Coach Bayu.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So, I think it's the same. Number one would be there are no faces. Yeah. So we need faces. I need to see facial expressions from the students. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it helps. Okay.
Especially beautiful
Number two.
faces, right?
Yeah, I know. I read faces, and I don't know whether they're enthusiasm or they're sleeping. Yeah, I don't know that. Okay, so it helps to see some faces. So probably as a platform, it would be a suggested like a rule maybe or code of conduct where they can actually participate using the camera. Probably not
Uh,
all. They're probably not all, but those who have high connectivity, then probably they could actually open up the webcam. Yep, and
uh,
do
I,
interactions.
I
And
think the one thing that it's open for everyone to not show their camera or their, because maybe because some are also like learning while they are in the street or in the car, or maybe
agree,
they are in somewhere place that they could not see their face, but as long as they have this headset, they're listening, I think.
agree.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is, as a platform, we actually can set up a classroom where a trainers or a facilitator can actually see the one who is actually interacting with them. Either it is other coaches, other trainers, other facilitators, but it helps to bring the message down, to get the message across, right, Jenny? It's easier to speak with the faces, not your faces. But
But you know what? You know what? One problem, Coach Mayu. One
yeah,
problem
yeah,
with the camera is that we have to constantly look at the screen instead of looking at the camera.
yeah, yeah. It's
So
true, right,
even you
Joseph?
say eye contact, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
how?
And then suddenly we move to from speaker's view to gallery view, but what things change, yeah? We get adapted to that. So that is the first point: faces, facial expression. The second point would be interactivity. Like Joseph said, we need flip charts, right? And sometimes if we don't have the tools, fortunately I do have the tools. The camera would be on my DSLR, but I can use the tablet to write down, right? But not all have that multitasking in 75 minutes, and then you have to do all that, right? And then suddenly
Right.
the is
Yeah.
already going into 80s. Yeah. I think the interactivity is something that we need to improve. Yeah. Either it is collaborative things or something like that. Yeah. And in terms of on live learning, probably it would be better if we actually have like the materials itself. We It's very limited to PowerPoints, maybe. Yeah. Or even videos. We have a very uh, you know bad connectivity, then the video cannot be played or lagging, and then it turns out to be troubles and technical issue also, right? I think Coach Alvin here is the examples, right? We cannot actually undo that, but it happens all the time. Yeah. So
True.
Uh-huh.
but and Coach Alvin also said heart and mind, and for me it is in terms of how to repackage that. Yeah. And I mean, we have micro learning, but as you can see in other learning platform, yeah, we have learning path. Yeah, learning path mean if you want to study something, then you have a micro who would add up your skills, because 75 minutes, what can we learn, right? Probably they have like one action plan to do, and that's it. But by using the learning path itself, then probably someone can actually go to that path. For example, if they take leadership, then they will probably will learn about delegations, time management, self leadership, and stuff, right? and it's easier for them to be excel at that instead of taking all of the things crumbles everywhere, right? Like the breadcrumbs. I think that's from my side, yeah. And there are other improvements, but let's just put it for later. Okay. Maybe for
So
Okay, right.
as
I,
often.
I like what Bayu said about those improvements. And just to put this in our radar,
Yes,
the user interface of the app, I think, is worth improving, and I believe it's being constantly reviewed
yes,
and improved. But for example, given the current platform of using Zoom, there's a default for people to either go to Zoom or to the app, and then halfway through the program, they will get a reminder, if you want an e-certificate, go back to the app, and that's going to create a jarring experience in terms of learning.
yeah, it's
You're
true.
already building up, and people had to leave Zoom because they have to go to the app, because in their head it's the certificate. So that particular
Wasn't
feature,
it?
in terms of user interface, it's worth improving that.
Yep, I think they are. They
Okay.
are improving.
Thank you very much for sharing about that.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, our reskills from Malaysia would hear about it.
But frankly, I think with all the is saying the improvement that you suggestion and everything, but I think Reskill as it is, I think it has already done a very good point where you can reach out to more
True,
people.
true,
I think ultimately
true.
that alone has actually meet the purpose. In the sense
Yeah,
that you can actually just listen while you are actually on a train or when you are
True.
working, and before you go for dinner or when you're eating, but then you still have learning. But this is actually food for your thoughts, food for your mind and all these things. So I think ultimately is that the goal of learning is actually there, and the platform
Yes.
make it
yes,
easier, reachable. So I think at least the first phase is already there. The first phase is already there. I think the first goal is already reached. Yeah. Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I'm sure, of
Yeah.
course, reskills will improve more because, of course, we're still new, and
Upgrading,
later on
upgrading.
we'll have. We're still upgrading more and more and more because
Yeah.
of
yeah, yeah. I
there's
think
a lot
I
of
think we are
subscribers
actually
we're having.
yeah. I think we're actually also improving because our user basis is improving, right? Because
Right.
Yes.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so
True.
Yes.
that's a good thing actually.
That's
When
true.
we first started, it's still fast, but then the
Mm.
users are coming from everywhere, and it
Especially from
started.
Vietnam, Coach Bayu. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, especially
Yeah, there will be a large
Yes.
number of learners
Thank
from
you,
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Now we
Yeah.
have Vietnam students.
yeah, yeah, I agree. So,
Yeah.
so it turns out to be the platform is developing, which is a good news, right? And
Mm.
however, like all other things, it needs scalability, right? And it takes
Mm.
time to develop new things.
Absolutely.
I
Yes,
think that's what happened, right?
yes. Uh-huh. And if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, like Reskill also can be accessed through the Android, iOS, and also Huawei. And one more, the learners can also join in from the web. So, which is like giving more chances to log in whatever they want. Yeah. So this is very good. Okay, and talking about the virtual learning. So let's say the digital platform is becoming booming because of the limitations. Let's say because of the pandemic, one of the reasons. And let's say I want to hear from all of you, the coaches. Let's say if the situation is getting normal. So, what, on your perspective, do you want to change your strategy to go offline, or you just need to improve on keep going on live or online?
You know what? I think
Yeah, Jenny first.
this whether it's on live or you're online or you're face to face, definitely I think the platform is here to stay. People has already get into the new normal where they actually live like they can access to learning anytime, anywhere. I think that is the point of having the reskill on the mobile, on the apps. So I think that is actually digitalization when it comes to this part of it is for them to stay. I think if you look back at let's look back at previously I think that not so far, we don't go back 20 years, but let's go back like 1 year, last 2 years or 2 years ago, 2019.
Okay.
2019, I think if you ask anyone to go on learning on via mobile, they'll say, are you crazy? It's like, what do you get from that? But nowadays, do you have any apps that is available? The first question they will ask you, is it made available? So
That is so
it
true.
actually, and it's make it so easy that you can even connect almost instant. I think when it comes to this part, digitalization is here to stay, and we just have to get used to it. Whether it's going to be moving on next 5 years or 10 years, it will be more upgrading and more advanced. Maybe next time we don't even have to use a phone. You can just touch your hand or whatever, something like that. You'll
And
be
then it's time to
surprised.
wake up.
You'll be surprised. So
Who
I
knows?
think
Yeah.
it will stay. No boundaries. No boundaries.
So, since you've been already teaching or coaching in risk skills, does your country have another impact about risk skills? I mean, as a coach in your own country.
Yeah, that's what we really want to know. Like, what is the impact the learners from each country, from let's
Each
say
country, yes.
Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and also
And
Philippines. Want
Philippines,
to know
yes.
more, like the reaction, or is it beneficial, or what they want to say?
Okay, let
Yes,
me go
go ahead,
first
Joseph.
because
Yes.
my story will be very short. Because we have just launched Risk Vietnam over the last few days. But the good news is, you know what? This afternoon, I introduced Risk platform to 4 trainers of my acquaintance, and all of them agreed to join Risk. All of them.
Wow.
Yes. And very
Nice.
soon will be more trainers to get on board. And then from our network, we will get more learners from Vietnam to join Reskill platform. And I believe that, as I told you earlier, Reskill has made a wonderful thing that makes learning accessible and affordable for everyone. And Vietnamese learners are hungry for knowledge and skills. And surely we'll go to Reskill very soon. And we'll have more figures and numbers to tell you guys in the next, talk show. Thank you.
Nicely done.
Thank you for sharing
Yeah,
that.
thank you for introducing risk skills in Vietnam.
Yeah, Coach Alvin, maybe you go first, Coach Alvin.
Hey, help me. Where are we now? What are we? What question are we answering?
Oh.
We want to know.
Philippines.
Yeah, we want to know what's the learners' reaction or expectations right now
About risk
about
skills.
risk skills learning platform. Yes.
Well, thank you. First of all, I'm very honored and glad that the Philippines is one of the most number of downloads in terms of the app access, and that shows how much we love freebies, right? And,
You made a great point there,
Yeah.
Alvin. The same here in Vietnam.
and so in terms of impact, I believe that we still have a lot more opportunity to create more impact to the market that we have here in the Philippines, in Reskills Philippines, because, for example, we still have a lot of trainers whom we could onboard, and the range of topics that we are discussing in our online classes is still pretty much limited to the topics where we are specializing.
Yes.
So I specialize on leadership and coaching and problem solving and innovation, but there's still a broad range of
Yep.
skills, real skills, practical skills, income generating skills that are very essential given the new normal. And so I believe in terms of impact, we're hitting, we're still hitting the surface, and there's still a deep, deep barrel to reach out to in terms of impact.
I see.
Mhm.
And thank you so much, Coach Bayu.
Okay, so in Indonesia, we see that our country manager has done a great job. We have a long list of trainers, which is very good and broad, and have a wide range of skills to offer. We are actually moving our user base, yeah. So it means that more people is actually having more impact, and they start also keep on downloading the apps and using the app as well. It needs some introductions, but as usual, we are just a spark away, and the wave is actually going strong. And in my point of view, the potential is still huge. So in terms of cooperations, we still have a very limited cooperations, but we're having some hot prospect on how to going strong here, and in terms of values as well, which we offer. I think if we have more courses with like Alvin already said, a wide range of skills offering, then probably more people would actually um, going to the platform itself, right? Let's say we
Right.
don't have like the technical skill like hydroponic or uh, agro. Yeah, we still doesn't have that. Haven't touched that, and we can if we you see Indonesia is actually an island. Yeah, so there are people who's actually still working in agriculture, or a new way in doing things like that. Yeah, and probably it will actually help more impact to rural area. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what happened in Indonesia, Coach May. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing
Okay.
that. So, how about having any suggestions you would like to share for Reskills platform? Anybody? Coach Jenny, our one and only
Coach Alvin.
lady.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Coach Alvin. Coach Alvin.
Already raised hands.
Yeah, sorry,
I
I
become
didn't
so,
see you.
I become so sensitive, training in
Yeah.
real skill. So I have to see which one
Raise
is actually
hand.
raising hand.
Okay,
Don't
sorry.
have chat box
Yeah.
enabled for
Bias,
him.
Coach May.
Yeah,
So,
please go
in
on,
terms
Coach
of
Alvin.
suggestion, I was saying there's still a huge impact that we can still make. I don't know if companies know the value that they can get from getting on board. I can
Yeah.
imagine that one
Yeah.
company can, because the reality is, even if the economy is beginning to open up, one of the first things that companies would cut is their training budget. And I don't know
Yeah.
if they appreciate the value that Reskills is giving them in terms of premium content. If they are wise enough to explore their options, just the free access in Reskills
True.
for a certain percentage of their employees
Yeah.
will already be.
Yeah. So probably that's
And
actually a
so
good point.
I don't know if Reskills have seen this, but being engaged in the local HR scene, in the local training and development scene, so that we can penetrate a captive market, which is
Companies.
the learning market.
Yeah. It turns
True.
out to be that we haven't knock the right door. Yeah. So just as we are going to do that, Coach Alvin, and thank you very much. Yeah, for sharing the tips. Actually, not just companies, because most of the things that I realized that there are a lot of students there. Yeah, on the Reskill platform, there's a lot of university students. Every time I said, "Okay, if you're a
True.
student, press one," and everyone pressing one. So it turns out that we also have to
Yeah.
approach the students, varsity students, yeah, postgraduate students, and it means that we can open up cooperations with the universities, which grant us a huge access to a user base, right?
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
think maybe I add on to Coach Bayu's, when you highlight about the universities. Now, since I am in Malaysia, maybe I can update you a little bit what is happening in Malaysia right now. Okay, the good thing is that Reskill in Malaysia right now has been talking to quite some universities already, and also the HR scene. So and then because like for me, I actually own a training provider under my own name, Jenny Consultancy, and we are the Reskill training partners. So because we actually have a lot of coaches under our umbrella that we bring them in to train like different diversified topics. So I might be only teaching coaching on image and customer service and all this NLP and everything, but I have other trainers and coach that do others like emceeing, how to become a perfect MC, how to learn how to do how to become a trainer, and how to excel in different things. So they are different there. So they are the diversification of all this under the umbrella. And Reskill Malaysia, I can tell you, the GM, the CEO himself, actually, most of them actually done a very fantastic job putting Reskill in every country, the flag. You know, when they first started, they say, oh, we wanted to do 2, 3. After 2 years, then only we start moving to other country. But you know what? You know, I can see Dr. Joseph is already here, Alvin is already here. You know, that means so they're already able to step ahead from what they initially planned. And that is actually a very good
and the snowball is still running. Yeah, the snowball is still running. More countries are joining. So because the center is in Malaysia now.
One thing I want to add on is that don't limit, in a sense that when you actually have learners that actually say, you know what, one benefit is that my learner in Malaysia or my maybe the university student in Malaysia, they can even cross over to Indonesia. Cross over to Philippines to attend. Oh, what's happening by this? Maybe Coach Alvin is teaching, coaching on that day. What is the subject that is known? What is leadership sounds in Philippines compared to Malaysia?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
that's what I told you about local wisdom. You know,
so
the topic would be the same, but the people is different. The cross-cultural understanding is different, and how you actually apply that on a cultural setting in the nations will be different, right, Joseph? I think you know more about that, right?
I'm very eager to join Dr. Joseph's class. Even ourselves as a trainer, right? I also join. I also join. Because I think it's actually we actually have to keep learning ourselves. Education doesn't stop. We have to constantly learning to keep ourselves relevant. This is always something that I truly believe in. And I think Reskill has been doing a wonderful job on this part of it.
Yeah. So just like what Alvin said, the content is premium. Why? Because we know it. Because we
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's what we can share actually.
True.
Yep.
Coach Joseph, do you want to share anything?
Maybe two suggestions. The first one is from academic perspective. I really love the idea that Coach Alvin and Bayu said about approaching business organization. You know what? Many of my clients in Vietnam are in the financial industries, banking, life insurance corporation. So their standards and their expectations are quite high. So if we want to approach the learners in this large corporation, we must maintain a very high standards, high quality of our training. Yes. So that they will be excited to join our classes because they are well-educated people. They are not university students. They have business experience, right? They have a wide variety of backgrounds. So we must have the high training quality to draw them into Reskill. That's the first one. Maintaining high quality courses. And the second suggestion concerning operation management. I also talked to GM Jagan about this. Now every day we only have 2 slots, right? 2 slots for the online classes. And now when more trainers from Vietnam, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from the Philippines join, and in the future Taiwan, India. So we need more slots. To achieve our goal, that is 24 hours a day. We have 24 sessions, around the world. That would be great.
Wow. That's great.
That is the ultimatum.
And I hope the dream will soon come true.
Yes. Anyway, we have questions from the audience. Coming from Mr. Tong Sang, probably any of you can answer this question. The question is, I got addicted to learn online, but after a year, I feel tired having learning online. So the question is, how long is the best durations for an effective learning online? Probably anyone can answer the questions. Yeah,
Yes.
is it quite clear? The questions. Do I need to repeat? The question is, how long is the best durations of learning online?
I think it's actually subject to what you learn in a sense. If you learn
Correct.
something that is really at interest of your interest of you, you definitely don't mind learning it for 1 or 2 years. But that again, what do you do with the learning? you know Ultimately, a lot of people actually they see, I actually encounter as well as there's many learners that actually keep learning, but they never utilize things that they have learned. It's always good to put
Mhm.
things that you have learned in action. When you practice what you have
Mhm.
learned, then only you can become better. Then you know you will not repeat whatever you have learned previously, but you only will keep on upgrading to a different type of learning. That will not keep you tired. I for one person, that is, even I'm a trainer myself. I also constantly learn from other people or other trainers as I go day by day. Even I train other learners, but I also go to learn from other trainers. Reason being is that if you will have a consistently learning, to upgrade yourself, you there will be no way that you'll be stopping your own education level. Does
Yeah.
it make sense to you guys? In the sense that you will keep on topping up your knowledge and your bullets, I would say. And then at the end of the day, your learners that you're gonna when you pitch out the other way around, when you actually train your own classes, you notice that the essence that you're learning is teaching is actually better or upgraded. So I think it's actually at the end of the day, ask yourself,
Yes.
to answer the question is that which level of learning have you gone through, and what is the outcome that you get from it? Are you practicing it? If you are practicing it, I don't think so you will stop at 1 year. You will be constantly till today. A lot
Mhm.
of people still learning. I still watch, until I have this dry eye syndrome. Too much Zoom. But then again, it doesn't stop you because you're passionate about it. Yeah. This is my point of view, but I think other coaches can also add on, right? Mm.
Yeah,
Yes, which means
yeah.
we
And
never
the good
stop
thing is that,
learning.
yeah, the good thing is that our reskill session is just right. The time is just right and practical, so that they can learn
Mm.
something new, and then it's really practical. Yes,
Mm.
Coach Bayu, what do you think?
I Well, adding to that, which is very good, you will never stop learning. That's some things that you like, and probably I think on my perspective it would be different. As I mentioned earlier, probably we can actually have a learning path on
Mm.
the path that you want to follow to make it easy to follow the breadcrumbs, and then after that, it would go back into we like knowledge because it gives us endorphins, so we
Mm.
like it and we're addicted to getting more knowledge, and but it can lead to burnout. Yeah, so
Mm.
Mhm.
probably, if I may say, there would be of a wisdom where people have to be able to learn and rest, because even when they're
Yeah.
resting, the brain is actually working to
Working.
absorb. So
Mm.
there's nothing good about too much learning. So in times like Jenny said, you have to practice what you already learned in a very practical manner, right? I think Joseph
Mm.
have something
Mm.
to add on that. But my conclusions would be just be wise, because knowledge alone is not enough. You have to practice it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I absolutely agree with Jenny and Bayu mentioning the learning path. Yes, I do believe that every individual must be very clear about what learning path you should take, and
Yes.
the key driver or the motivation behind your action. And if you ask about the duration of the whole learning process, that could be a lifetime. That is not just 1 year, 2 years, right? And there are a variety of ways to learn, not just via Zoom, going online through this reskill, right? You can read a book, right? You talk to a more senior employee in your company, right? And you can learn a lot from them as well. So diversify your learning styles. Do not just,
that's a good point,
focus.
actually. Yeah, that's a good point, Joseph. As we actually move from post-COVID, right, and people are going back to offline, I think, but they will not leave this, and we have to find a way where we can actually blend in, where the online
That's
and the
right.
offline sessions would complement each other, because knowledge would be easier to transfer online, but skills and practicals, discussions, role plays, simulations,
The
we just
methodology.
methodology and stuff that you can actually easier to put line. Okay, readings you can do online, you can, but the things that you have to be offline, like you cannot talk to people. Jenny would learn about communications, then it's hard for you to just do a virtual conversation.
Yes.
Right?
No way.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. Our mystery gift is our mystery guest is here.
Yeah, let's unbox here.
Unbox him again.
Yeah, very good, very good. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
true,
welcome back,
true,
Alvin.
true.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe one more questions, Coach May. So the durations that we have at Reskill is quite okay. It's just right, or we need to make it short, or we make it longer, 75 minutes.
But Lian, if you ask us any of the coach, I think we are 75 minutes not enough. How we
Yes.
already
Yeah.
struggle.
Probably 7 weeks.
Previously, we were actually doing when Reskill started, we actually started with 2 hours, and then they actually shortened the duration to 1.5 hours. To 75 minutes, But I don't think so. You will do anything shorter. The coach will not able to deliver substance training, quality training. I would think that. Yeah.
Yeah,
We already point form.
You're rushing, and you can keep seeing the stopwatch.
You know what? Last
But
night I run a class which was supposed to last for 90 minutes from 7:30, but then the class just kept running on until 10:30 p.m. Yeah.
Wow.
Quite late. Yes, but still, you know what? 500 learners still
Stays
learning
on.
eagerly, and they didn't want to stop. All right, so it depends.
Yeah.
On
But I think
the
the good
motivation by the driver.
Yeah, I think the good point about it is that Reskill has every option. On live, you can also have on demand later part. We already launched Malaysia, already have on demand. So this is some of the things that they are the choice of the learners can actually adapt to. If let's say 75 minutes too short, you want to have a full program, the learning pathway. This is actually where the on demand works very well for them. And I think one thing good about Reskill platform is that they have learning days and everything, so you get more choice for you to choose from, more options. If you think this is not suitable for you, you can have another way, and you can have on demand, the certification, all these things. I think this is one thing that you keep on emphasize the learner. I'm not just limiting to one option, but I have many options and choices that I can choose that suits my schedule and suit my way of learning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
it's just
So Jenny,
Excuse me.
Yes.
We've got no much more time, but I'm gonna ask you for just a quick one. The last one would be like from Chandra Aristianto, how we can substitute the special chemistry from attendees that we can get from face-to-face training. Do you understand that? Again,
Chemistry.
Yeah.
how,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make it
right?
short, please.
The morale of the learners.
Make it so short because
That's
we don't have much time. How we can substitute the special chemistry from attendee that we can get from
Smile.
face-to-face training.
That's really a tough
And look at the
question,
camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
an hour
guys,
to answer
we
that
have
question.
no more time. I'm really, really sorry. Thank you so much for being with us for this live show. You are such a great guest. Hope we can
Our pleasure.
come back and then redone this again. And I think we don't have more. We will never have enough time talking about reskills,
Yeah.
isn't it, right?
We have,
Especially the
we
trainers.
have
Yeah.
a
It
conversation
seems
with
like
the
time is
coaches.
so fast that it's more like, oh my God, it's gonna finish. Come on, can we
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Once again,
Coach
thank you very much.
Alvin,
Coach Marian, Coach May, Coach Bayu, and
Coach
Jenny.
Bayu, Coach Joe,
Thank
and
you, Joseph.
Coach
Thank you,
Jenny.
Jenny.
Thank
Remember me
you
to
so
Coach
much.
Alvin. Hey, remember me to
Ah,
Coach Alvin.
mystery, mystery coach.
Thank you very much,
Hey,
Coach Alvin.
Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah,
Our
coaches,
mystery coach.
keep in touch. I hope to keep in touch with
Yes.
all of you guys.
Sure. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Happy to see
sure.
you guys soon.
Please,
We
yeah.
are on the same group on Real Skills Global.
Ah, yeah, right.
So
Yes.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salamat po from Philippines.
Good night.
Terima
Thank you very
kasih
much.
from Bayu
Yeah.
and Coach Jenny. Kamane. Kaman. Kaman from Vietnam.
Come
Yes.
on.
Kaman.
Coach May.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, have a
Have
great
a
night,
great
guys.
evening and
Goodbye.
weekend. Take care.
Enjoy your weekend.
Stay healthy and safe. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.